States of Completeness with Pastor Chris. Tagged upward and forward only.
All right, if we really want to be in Mexico and Canada.
At the
to change all situations by the word of God with healing and deliverance.
Yes, whenever you hear this sound, it's time for Citizen Sports on 93.7 FM Abuja with me, Emmanuel Fashimi, the sports senator. Yes, the list for the Super Eagles of Nigeria was released yesterday, and we have our 23 players penned down by Eric Sekou-Shell, the Malian Franco coach, appointed by the Nigerian Football Federation. Yes, we'll be playing against the Amavubis of Rwanda and the Warriors of Zimbabwe. It's a must-win game for the Super Eagles in match day 5 and 6. Yes, indeed. We'll be looking at that list this morning on the show, and you will have the opportunity to call in on the show and make your own contribution concerning that list. We have home-based players also included in that list, and then also the new invitees that Eric Sekou-Shell deemed it fit to be part of the team that will be playing these two games against the Amavubis and the Warriors of Zimbabwe.
The renewed hope agenda for Nigeria is the brainchild of President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed.
What's all this?
Country people, good morning, good afternoon.
Yes, before we look at that list, the technical director of the Nigerian Football Federation, Austin Wevon, has said that the new head coach of the Super Eagles, Eric Shell, had the final say on the final squad for this month's crucial 2026 World Cup qualifying matches without interference from the technical committee. Nigeria will face Rwanda in Kigali on Friday, March the 21st, 2025, before returning to the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo to face Zimbabwe on Tuesday, March 25th, in a bid to revive their World Cup qualifying qualification hopes after dropping a 39-man provisional list for his first set of assignments for the Nigeria last week. The Franco-Malian coach named his final squad on Tuesday. That was yesterday ahead of the team's campaign, which begins in Kigali, Rwanda on Sunday. The provisional list had 5 goalkeepers, 10 defenders, 10 midfielders, 14 names in attack, with 7 of the players being potential debutants. Before the pruning, which reduced the players to 23 and retained only 4 potential debutants, Ogwevon, who doubled as the interim coach of the team before Charles' appointment, stated that the coach had the final squad in his chest. Yes, another member of the technical committee, that is Victor Nosai Peba, who is also echoed Ugwevon's thought and said the young man child has a pool of about 45 to 50 Nigerian players abroad. So it is his discretion. He has been monitoring these players in the provisional list. He knows his 23, 24, 25 players. It is choice to make, so there was no interference from the technical committee. Nigeria risks mixing out on the 2026 FIFA World Cup, set to be co-hosted by United States of America, Mexico, and Canada, following a disappointing start to their qualifying campaign. After 4 matches, the 3-time African champions sit 5th place with just 3.4 points behind leaders Rwanda, with 6 games left to play in the qualifying series. Match fixtures against the Amavubis in Kigali and Zimbabwe are crucial for Nigeria's chances of securing a ticket to the global football showcase, as victories in those games are expected to reignite, refire, and then bring back the lost hope of the Super Eagles if they want to be in Canada, Mexico, and Canada, Mexico, and USA in 2026. Yes, the number to call this morning if you want to react to that list. I will be reading out the list. The number is 0903 2229797. I take the number again, 0903 2229797, 0903 2229797, or 0818 2222 205. That's the number to reach me live in the studio this morning on Citizen Sports. 0903-222-29797 or 0818 2222 205. Yes, make your contribution. Are you satisfied with the list of players released by Eric Sekwosha? Now, let's look at the full list of the Super Eagles players that was released yesterday afternoon. We have goalkeepers Stanley Nwambali, who plays for Chippa United in South Africa. We have Amos Obasoge of Singinda Black Stars of Tanzania. And then Kayode Bankole, Remo Stars of Nigeria. Yes, these are the goalkeepers. And then for the defenders, we have William Truce Ekong, who plays for Al Kholoud FC in Saudi Arabia. Bright Osai Samuel of Fenerbahce SK Turkey. We have Bruno Onyemechi of Olympiakos Piaros of Greece. Kevin Bassey, Fulham FC England. Olaoluwa Aina, the most informed defender in the world right now, who plays for Nottingham Forest in England. And then we have the new invitee, Igor Ogbu of SK Slava Prague of Czech Republic. And then for the midfielders, we have Wilfred Ndidi of Leicester City, England, Rafael Onyedika, Club Brugge, Belgium, Al-Hassan Yusuf Ablahi of New England Revolution, USA, Alex Iwobi from Fulham FC of England, Joseph Ayolele Aribo, Southampton FC England, Papa Daniel Mustafa, Niger Tornadoes of the Nigerian Premier Football League. And then for the strikers, we have Samuel Chukwueze, AC Milan, Italy, Victor Osimhen, Galatasaray FC, Turkey, Ademola Lookman, Atalanta Bergamo FC in Italy, Victor Boniface, Bayer Leverkusen, Germany, Simon Moses, FC Nantes of France, Sadiq Umar, Valencia FC Spain, Nathan Teller, Bayer Leverkusen, Germany, and another new invitee to the team, Tolu Arokodare of KRC Genk of Belgium. Yes, you can call 0903-2229-797 to react to that list of the Super Eagles that will be playing against Rwanda and the Amavubis of Rwanda and the Warriors of Zimbabwe. While I wait your call, let's look at this story from the basketball world, where Nigerian champions Rivers Hoopers have announced the re-addition of Peter Olisaemeka to their squad ahead of the Basketball League Africa Season 5. Olisaemeka becomes the second player to be announced by the club ahead of their campaign in the Kalahari Conference, which will be played from April 5th to 13th in Morocco. The Kingsmen, as they are fondly called, had announced the addition of Canadian-born Nigerian Kelvin Amayo last week and also hinted about more announcements this week. Rivers Hoopers were drawn against host FUS Rabat of Morocco. Debutants Al Ittihad and 2023 third place team Stade de Malien in the first stage of the tournament. Olisaemeka rejoins the Port Harcourt club after helping the team finish third in last season's BAL and winning the Nigerian League title. The 6.9 center average 10 points per game, 11.7 repage, and then 2 per game, and 1.4 block per game in 9 games played for the Kingsmen at the 2024 BAL tournament. Olisaemeka also recorded the three doubles against US Monastir, AS Douanes, and APR of Rwanda in the Sahara Conference. Yes, both Olisaemeka and Amayo were instrumental to the team's historic third place finish at the last edition. The Kingsmen have been scheduled to play the season opener against Stade de Malien on April 5th in Rabat, Morocco, as coach Ogo Odaudu's side will be making their third appearance at the 2025 Basketball League Africa. Rivers Hoopers picked this year's ticket by retaining their Nigerian Premier Basketball League title with a commanding 71-54 win over Hoops and Reed's basketball team in the playoffs final last November in Port Harcourt. Yes, the number to call on Citizen Sports this morning 0903 2229797 or 0818 2222205. Yes, to react to that Super Eagles list that was released yesterday. Yes, let's go to the camp of the Flying Eagles, where Nigerians that on the 20 national team, the Flying Eagles, will commence their final phase of preparation for the 2025 Africa Cup of Africa Under 20 Cup of Nations in Katsina State, as the Nigerian Football Federation secures sponsorship from the Katsina State government for their training camp. An official of the Nigerian Under 20 national team who spoke to sportsmen confirmed that the decision was as a result of the Katsina State government picking the bill of hosting the team before departing for Cote d'Ivoire, the venue of the CAF Under 20 AFCON's finals. The NFF on its part select the state because it has same weather condition with the state in Cote d'Ivoire, where Flying Eagles will start their AFCON campaign. This will help the players and the officials to acclimatize ahead of the tournament. Yes, the seven-time African champions are expected to regroup this week following a brief break under the guidance of head coach Aliou Zubairu. The squad has been shaping their form recently, engaging in 2 international friendlies against the Young Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, where they secured a 2-0 victory in the first match, but suffered the same result in the return leg. Yes, for the Flying Eagles, they are placed in a very tough group. That is in Group B of the tournament, where they will battle Egypt, Morocco, and South Africa for a place in the knockout stage, with the biennial competition set to take place in Cote d'Ivoire from April 26th to May 18, 2025. The Katsina camp will be crucial in fine-tuning tactics and squad cohesion as Nigeria aims to extend their dominance in African youth football. Yes, for the fourth semi-finalists, they will qualify for the FIFA Under 20 World Cup. Yes, we cannot stop talking about the women because it is the Women's Month. Yes, we will look at one Super Falcons player, and congratulations to her. Well, that is a Nigerian Super Falcons midfielder, Christy Uchebe, was once again tasted glory with Benfica, helping the club to secure the 2024-2025 Taka de Liga title with a hard-fought 2-1 victory over Sporting CP in Sunday's final at the Estadio de Magalhães Peçosa in Portugal, where they lifted the title. Sporting CP struck first in the 9th minute through Diana Silva, but Benfica responded in the 20th minute when Brazilian forward Leis found the back of the net. The decisive moment came in the 88th minute with Carol Costa scoring the winning goal to ensure Benfica retained their crown. Uchebe played the full match, playing a key role in Benfica's latest triumph as she continues to add to her growing list of achievements with the club. And congratulations to Christy Uchebe, and congratulations to all the women out there, because it is their month, and indeed we will celebrate them. Yes, the victory marks Benfica's fourth consecutive Taça da Liga title, extending their dominance in the competition since Braga last won it in 2021-2022 season. Yes, let's stay with the women a little bit. We look at the Nigerian Women's Football League, that is NWFL, where Robo Queens have commenced preparation for the second stanza of the Nigerian Women's Football League. The Lagos-based club had a training session at the Maracana Stadium at Jegule on Thursday. The training session was supervised by the club's head coach, Emmanuel Osahan. He said, "We are now back to training after the league break as we gear up for the NWFL second stanza of the season." Robo Queens are ranked in 5th position on the NWFL Group B table with 10 points. They will slug it out with Bayelsa Queens in their opening fixture of the second stanza of the league. The second stanza will commence on Wednesday, March 19, 2025. Yes, if you want to react to the Super Eagles League, 090-322-29797 or 0818-222-205. Those are the numbers to call this morning on the show to react to that list. And we're going back to that list where the Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa says he will be rooting for the Super Eagles to beat Rwanda and Zimbabwe despite failing to make the final squad for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Musa was among the players dropped by head coach Aris Hoshel from the 23-man squad released yesterday. The former Canopilas forward, that is Ahmed Musa, however, said he had no ill feelings towards the coach and will be supporting the team. According to him, said the team is one and any player called upon to represent the Super Eagles must give their all. I am fully behind the team and will be cheering them on to victory in this World Cup qualifiers. The 32-year-old has not been invited to the Super Eagles since the 2003 Africa Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. Musa is Nigeria's most capped player with 108 appearances. Yes, the program is Citizen Sports with me, Manuel Fashemi, reaching your speakers from 93.7 FM Abuja. Yes, we'll go for this breather and we'll be right back with more stories on the program. The Champions League game continues today and we'll be looking at those games that were played last night. Ancelotti is out of the UEFA Champions League. We'll be listening to his post-match conference on the show. Let's just go for this breather and we'll be right back.
Now we be the voice of the people.
Yes, let's go straight to the Italian Serie A, where Nigerian Super Eagles goalkeeper Maduka Okoye has expressed his joy after making his return to action following nearly 3 months on the sidelines due to injury. Okoye had been out since December after suffering a wrist injury in a match against Genoa. However, he marked his comeback on Monday night, featuring the 1-1 draw against Lazio. Maduka Okoye said, "I am very happy for both for myself and for the team. We are pleased. We are all pleased and want to keep going like this. It was tough being out, but I've come back to a team that has improved over this month. Padeli, along with the entire squad, supported me a lot, and I am really grateful. He is a fantastic goalkeeper and a great person. So far this season, Okoye has made 15 league appearances under coach Costa Ruggiaic in the Italian Serie A. Yes, this day in Europe. Now we go to Belgium, where the newly Super Eagles invitee, that is Tolu Aruku Dare, has identified his professionalism as the biggest area he needs to improve upon, despite being the current top scorer in the Belgian Jupiler Pro League with just one round of matches to end the season. With the Genk forward, who has been included in the Nigeria's professional squad for the must-win 2026 World Cup qualifiers this month, made this honest self-assessment during a revealing interview about his personal growth as a professional footballer. The 24-year-old striker, whose goal-scoring exploit have made him a standard performer in Belgium this season, provided a surprising insight into his personality, admitting that his openness and desire to please everyone have sometimes worked against him. Can you be thinking? He said, "I always think that everyone is my friend, but in the end, that is not true. I am always talking and trying to explain things, but I really need to learn to just keep my mouth shut sometimes." Yes, his inclusion in Coach Eric Sekwoshel's final 23-man squad suggests that his professionalism, professional development, and goal-scoring ability have not gone unnoticed, despite the areas he feels he needed to improve. The striker's honesty about his weakness demonstrates a level of self-awareness that could ultimately help him fulfill his potential, both at club level with Genk and on international stage with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, do the talking on the pitch. Yes, one player is on cloud nine right now. That is Niger Tornadoes midfielder Papa Daniel. Say he is honored with his maiden invitation to the Super Eagles. Daniel was named in the 23-man squad for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying fixtures against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. He acknowledged the support of his teammates and coaches for the invitation. He said, honored to receive the Super Eagles invitation to represent this beautiful nation at the qualifiers for the next edition of the FIFA World Cup with the senior team. Daniel took to his ex-handle to write that. He said, thankful to my teammates and coaches and grateful for the good messages I am still getting, according to Papa Daniel. Yes, he will be there with the Super Eagles when they kick off that, when they take on the Amavubis of Rwanda and the Warriors of Zimbabwe. Yes, former Nigerian international Friday Ekpo believes the Super Eagles trio of Victor Osimhen, Tolu Arokodare, and Victor Boniface will be too hot for Rwanda and Zimbabwe to handle in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Record that the Nigerian team will open camp on Sunday, March 16th, ahead of their matches against the Rwanda's Amavubis in Kigali before facing Zimbabwe's Warriors at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in New York on Tuesday, March the 25th. Nigeria is yet to secure a win in the qualifiers, having recorded 3 draws and 1 win from 4 matches. Currently, the Super Eagles sit in the 5th position in Group C, trailing Rwanda, South Africa, Benin Republic, and Lesotho. To keep their 2026 FIFA World Cup hopes alive, Nigeria must secure maximum points, that's 6 points against Rwanda and Zimbabwe in these crucial qualifiers. According to Friday Ekpo, he said that the Super Eagles attack will get the job done for Eric Chell. I know the Super Eagles are in a very difficult position at the moment. However, with the names I saw in our attack, I am very optimistic they will be too hot to handle. That is according to Ekpo. He said this is a game I know the Super Eagles will be desperate to win, and I am sure they will get the victories against Rwanda and Zimbabwe. Indeed, I'm also sure the Super Eagles will get that desire and deserved victory against these two countries. Yes, let's quickly take a story from the world of table tennis, where Nigerian tennis star Aruna Kadri is set to face a tough battle in the round of 32 at the WTT Champions Chongqing 2025 in China. The tournament draw has pitted Aruna against world number 2 Wang Chongqing, with their clash scheduled for today. The WTT Champions Chongqing 2025 will feature 32 men's and women's singles players competing under the vibrant purple lights from March 11th. That is, it started yesterday, but Aruna's game would be played today and it will end on the 16th. For Aruna, this match presents a significant challenge as he faces Chongqing for the first time in a WTT series event. Yes, with no encounters between both players before now, in an unfamiliar territory in this highly anticipated showdown, the Nigerian A's will be eager to make a strong statement after falling short in the final of the 2025 ITTF African Cup, where he lost to long-time rival Omar Assa of Egypt, who is also at the WTT event in China. Yes, whenever it is that we hear that sound, you know, it is the Champions League night and Champions League games. Yes, big games happened last night, and one coach, that is Slot of Liverpool, they lost on penalties to PSG, one of the most informed team in Europe this season. Every season, it's always a season for PSG to leave the UEFA Champions League. Is this their season? Is it time for them to taste that title? Before we look at all of the results of the games that were played last night, we're going to be taking a listen to and Slot after the game, after they lost 4-1 on penalties to PSG.
Never involved in. I don't have the history like Liverpool as a manager, but two teams of incredible level with incredible intensity in the first 25 minutes. Okay, I also remember the first 25 against Man City at home and the first 25 against Madrid, but this was unbelievable what we showed in the first 25. And I looked at the scoreboard and we were 1-0 down. Over 90 minutes, I don't think we deserve to lose this game of football today. Over 180 minutes, maybe it was deserved that we went to overtime. In overtime, I thought Paris Saint-Germain was a bit better than us, so in this half hour. And then it comes down to penalties, and they scored 4, we 2, and we lost.
Film room.
Yes, you heard him. That is onslaught of Liverpool. He said he was in the first 25 minutes. They were not really good, and after going down, they actually looked at the scoreboard and what it is. He said they did not deserve to lose that game. Yes, it went straight to penalty shootout after the aggregate score ended on a 1-1 draw because the first leg at Parc des Princes, Liverpool also defeated PSG 1-0, and the return leg last night, the same scoreline, it ended on a 1-1 draw because right now there's no longer away goal rules in the UEFA Champions League. It goes straight down to the number of goals you scored in both legs, and that was it. It went straight to the penalty shootout, and it was PSG that had the last laugh in that game. Yes, last night also there were some games played. Barcelona at Camp Nou defeated Benfica 3-1 in that game and 4-1 on aggregate. Yes, the first leg Barcelona defeated Benfica 1-0 in Portugal a week ago, and at Camp Nou it was 3-1 against the Portuguese Giants. And now for Barcelona, they go through to the quarterfinals. And also another game that was played in Germany. It was two German teams that faced each other. That is Bayer Leverkusen and Bayern München. Yes, for Bayern Munich, yes, they showcased their dominance over their position in Germany. That is Bayer Leverkusen of Victor Boniface and Nathan Teller. Both players make the Super Eagles list for the World Cup qualifiers. Yes, it was 2-0 against Bayer Leverkusen at home. Yes, at their home ground, they were beaten. And for Bayern Munich, they qualified with a 5-0 aggregate score. The first leg was 3-0 against Bayer Leverkusen, and then yesterday Bayern wrapped up the job with a 2-0 victory over Bayer Leverkusen. And then the other game in Italy, that is between Inter Milan and Feyenoord from Netherlands, it was 2-1 against Feyenoord. Yes, at the end of the day, Inter Milan goes through to the quarterfinals with a 4-1 aggregate score, and that game between Liverpool and PSG ended on a 1-1 aggregate score, but PSG won 4-1 on penalties to go through to the last 8, that is quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. Yes, action will continue today in the UEFA Champions League with 4 games also lined up for tonight. Yes, an early kickoff will be the game between Loxley of France and Borussia Dortmund. The first leg in Germany a week ago at the Duna Park, the home ground of Borussia Dortmund, ended 1-1. So that game is 1-1 on aggregate right now. Who wins tonight? Are we still going to see penalty shootout, or Loxley will win, or Borussia Dortmund will go through? It's now after 90 minutes or 120 minutes, as the case may be. We're going to know who will go through. And for Arsenal, yes, someone said they scored all their goals against PSV Eindhoven before that game against Manchester United over the weekend at Old Trafford. Yes, they actually struggled in that game to get that equalizer against Manchester United. Yes, tonight they will be at the Emirates Stadium in London welcoming PSV Eindhoven of Netherlands. Yes, it's as good that Arsenal has qualified for the quarterfinal stage, except a miracle happens that PSV will come and cancel the 7 goals they conceded at their home ground in Netherlands. But in football, a lot of miracles happens in football. Yes, and if you want to know the teams that perform miracles, ask Real Madrid, ask Barcelona, ask Manchester United. These teams are synonymous with miracles. And when it comes to football, the god of soccer is always on the side of these teams that I just made mention of. Also ask Liverpool. They did that in 2004-2005 season of the UEFA Champions League. That is the Istanbul miracle. Istanbul in Turkey. If you go back memory lane, you know what happened. Steven Gerrard, Steven G, then beating AC Milan in the UEFA Champions League final. And then another game in England tonight is at the Villa Park, where Aston Villa will host Club Brugge of our own Rafael Onyedika. Onyedika plays for Club Brugge of Belgium. Now, for Aston Villa, they lead the first leg 3-1 on aggregates. Yes, will they consolidate on that, or are we still going to see another miracle happen at the Villa Park in England? And then tonight, one of the toughest games tonight will be at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium in Spain, where Real Madrid, the two teams who are based in the capital, will be facing each other tonight. Real Madrid lead 2-1 in the first leg of that game, 2-1 on aggregator. And tonight, will they run away with that victory? Will they go through, or will Atletico Madrid stop their charge for another UEFA Champions League trophy? Because they call Real Madrid, the Le Merengues, the White Angels as they are called, Galacticos. They are Mr. Champions League. They know how to play the Champions League, and they know how to lift the trophy. So Real Madrid leads 2-1 from the first leg. What is going to happen tonight at the Wanda Metropolitano Stadium? Diego Simeone will be at the dugout. Yes, looking forward to see what will happen. And for Real Madrid, yes, a big boost for them. They will be having back Jude Bellingham, who missed the first leg after accumulating a number of yellow cards in the UEFA Champions League. So, but for tonight, he'll Madrid. Yes, those were the Champions League games for tonight, and then we'll be looking forward to the teams that will join the already qualifying teams that will join PSG, Inter Milan, Barcelona, who have already qualified for the quarterfinals game of the UEFA Champions League. So who goes through tonight? Yes, we'll be at the end of 90 minutes in all of those games. 4 games tonight will be played, and then we'll know the team that go through. All right, let's come back home. Let's come back to Nigeria, and we'll talk about cricket. Where the 6th edition of the Nigerian Cricket Federation National Under-17 Championship came to a befitting end on Monday, with 10 young stars returning home with individual awards in both male and female categories of the tournament. After a keenly contested zonal eliminations, the best players from the 6 geopolitical zones converged on the twin overs of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja for a 5-day tournament, which again saw South dominate both categories. Aside from the frenzy of the South team's dominance, 5 outstanding players from each category were feted. In the male category, the likes of Ubri Praise of Team South, who had 9 wickets, was crowned as the MVP, while his teammate Bright Edem was named the best feeder thanks to his 4 catches, although the podium places were occupied by South, Southwest, and Southeast. The North Central produced the best bowler of the tournament in Mohamed Yahya. His teammate Abrahman Aliu was named the best behaved player, while David Gaba of Team Northeast, who had 71 runs in 2 innings, emerged as the best batter. In the female category, we have Beauty Ogwai of Team South was named MVP with her 120 runs. Aisha Aliu of Team Northeast was the best feeder with 5 dismissals, just as Wahid Sofiat of Team North Central, who took 9 wickets, was the best bowler. Her teammate Hassana Saliu was the best batter with 39 runs. With complementing starts, there were also a presidential award for most promising players, which went to Malik Alishinla of Team Southwest in the male category, while Uday Sunshine of Team South bagged the prize in the female category. Tournament coordinator Musa Ehisoje said the success of the players will add to the pool of Nigeria expanding cricket talent. Yes, congratulations to the Nigerian Cricket Federation, who saw what our under-19 girls did in the World Cup in Malaysia some months ago. Yes, they did so well where they got to the second round of the under-19 Cricket Women's World Cup. Yes, for the Nigerian Cricket Federation, they've been doing excellently well, organizing tournament and getting players. Yes, we just have not to put all our attention on football. We should also look at other sports where Nigeria has the talents. The talents are everywhere. We just need to identify them, expose them to better facility, give them the best of trainings, and then we will take the world by storm. But for the Nigerian Cricket Federation, I believe every other federation in Nigeria can emulate this federation for what they are doing. All right, this is where we'll be leaving it on the program this morning. Citizen Sports with me, Emmanuel Fashimi, the sports senator, as we continue with other programs